Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti. The topic of the evening is the Cycling Against Cancer event, which is going to support the Connecticut Cancer Foundation. With me to discuss this evening's topic are Lisa and Erika from the Connecticut Cancer Foundation and who are spearheading this event. Ladies, welcome. How are we?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming down. Thanks for coming down. So, Erika, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with the Connecticut Cancer Foundation.
Well, I've been involved with the organization since the day it was born.
Mm-hmm.
It was founded in 1987 by my father and John Ellis and his wife Jane.
Yeah.
And my father lost his brother, sister, and sister-in-law to cancer before they were 40 years old.
Oh, wow.
And he was diagnosed with Hodgkin's at 36 years old. And we weren't sure he was going to make it.
Okay.
And he did, and he made a pact to the heaven above, saying that if he gets through this, he's going to help Connecticut cancer patients.
Okay.
So he was a previous Major League Baseball player, so he called in, the first dinner had Whitey Ford, Billy Martin, and Mickey Mantle.
Really?
And they
Wow.
raised $100,000 at the Groton Motor Inn, and that's how it started.
Wow.
Yes, and that was in 1987.
Wow. Very worthwhile organization.
Yes.
And what are they up to? What are they up to this day?
In terms of dollars raised?
Yeah.
Probably over, I know that there's a very large endowment. I believe it's about $10 million in
Okay.
endowment. And they give over $500,000 a year to Connecticut cancer patients.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa, how about you? How'd you get involved with the organization and the fundraiser?
Well, Erika and I have been friends since like third grade, and anytime she needs any help with anything, of course I'm going to jump in. And I own Zen & Now in East Lyme, and we have a cycle studio.
Okay.
And when I heard that they were doing a Cycle Against Cancer event, I asked if we could be one of the sites, and so we started doing it in 2015, I believe. Yes, because 2020 was our fifth ride, and then we had the event on March 8th, and we had to close on March 13th for COVID. So it was the only cycle event they were able to have that year, and this is the first time it's coming back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Now, what does it entail for the cycling event?
The cycle event, it's so fun. It's really, really fun.
It's a lot of energy.
It's such great energy. So it's a spin-a-thon, a cycle-a-thon.
Yeah.
Each team is asked to raise $1,000.
Okay.
If they raise 2,000, they get 2 bikes. If they raise 1,000, they get 1 bike. And the team captain helps to schedule their own team. So say they have 4 people on a team, they schedule who rides when, and then they come in and out. And then our instructors come on and off the bikes too. So that's like kind of like speed dating. That's got a lot of stuff. People jump on in and off their bikes. We also have amazing raffle prizes, and this year we're also offering donation-based yoga throughout the event.
Really?
So if people don't want to ride, or they want to stretch after their ride, or before their ride, they can do yoga as well. So we keep adding to it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Now, when is the event, more importantly?
It's Saturday, September 17th.
Okay.
From 8 to 12.
Okay.
Coming up.
Absolutely. And Erika, I understand we have some pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Can we maybe bring those up, Chris?
Yeah, I'd love it.
Can you maybe tell us about what we're looking at?
So that's Zen & Now, that's Lisa's spin studio. So those are some of the teams that had participated in the past. That's a small portion of the studio. And the music is up pretty high, fans are going, some disco lights, it's a lot of fun. And we do talk about the statistics in terms of cancer and how the patients are being funded, and it just kind of allows people to honor in their own if they have been touched by cancer, which I would say it would be very hard to meet somebody who hasn't. Mm-hmm. So the energy's high, and they're riding until their shift is over.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people will do the whole ride themselves. They'll do the whole 4 hours.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, how long if they don't want to do the whole 4 hours themselves, how long are the intervals?
It's up to them. Generally a half hour, but if they wanted to do 10 minutes and maybe somebody else wanted to do an hour and 50 minutes, the team will split that up.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. And Chris, next picture.
So this is still part of the group, probably getting ready to transition. I think these are all posed pictures.
Right.
I hope we have some really spinning ones.
We had to turn the lights up, that's why, to get the pictures, because it was dark with the disco lights going. The pictures weren't coming out as well. Yeah. And that might be too when we were doing introductions. In the past, we have had an ambassador, which got a larger grant, and sometimes the ambassador and their family will come. They've been typically pediatric cancer patients.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, so it's really special to have them at the event. And this year, we don't have an ambassador because we're doing it in memory of my sister and Erika's dad, who passed recently.
Right, absolutely.
So it's a little different this year.
Absolutely. And looking at some more photos, what are we looking at?
Yes, shift change, another team coming in.
Okay.
Yep. The guy taking the picture is usually the big fundraiser.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. That's a previous year before we painted the room. Yeah. You can tell the time changing. Yeah.
So during this too, we have a raffle going, and we have food available. So they're fed very well.
There you go.
Coffee and snacks. I think we're gonna have breakfast. I know we definitely have lunch. And so if they want to take a break, they're not left alone.
Exactly. And I believe this is another photo. And now we're looking at a flyer with information on the event. Yeah. I believe.
Yep. Yeah, so the event information is available at cycleagainstcancer.org. If you want to learn more, it's all up there. There is a little bit of information on this flyer, but we really have much more information and some background and stories. There's a lot of patient stories and how other people have been enriched from the grant money that they've received.
And as far as the enrichment process goes, people obviously have been enriched by the grants that they've received over the years.
Yes.
And obviously.
Yes. There's, Jane shared a recent story with me. There was a woman that was not able to work. Her son was diagnosed very young with cancer, and they basically found a way to get her a car so she didn't have to take the bus to the hospital. Okay. And she was also able, due to the funds provided, were able to stay home with her son for a period of time, so before things got worse. Yeah.
You guys are a very touching organization. And not like you said before, cancer, somebody probably knows everybody who's been touched by cancer over the
it's heartbreaking.
Over the years. Absolutely.
If you're having a really bad day, you can call the Connecticut Cancer Foundation and read a letter that somebody sent in, and you will feel very grateful for your life. Yes.
Really? Wow. I didn't know that. You guys probably get a lot of letters from a lot of people.
Well, when they started, they used to go and meet with the families.
Really?
At the beginning, and to the point my dad would even go to the bedside of some of the people that were suffering. But as it grew, obviously, they started to work more closely with social workers.
Exactly. Now, as far as the event goes, you said this is the 4th or 5th year?
This is our sixth year, and I would love to say 6th annual, but we had to take 2 years off because of COVID.
Yeah, because of this thing running around the world.
It's our 6th Cycle Against Cancer event. Okay. We're really excited about it, and we were really proud for the 2021. We raised $50,000 that year.
Wow.
Yeah, that year, and then we revived it again this year. We did an extra event too. We did a kickoff party at a local brew pub in Niantic. And they were very generous, donating their space, and we had friends donate their band time, and lots of food donations, and tons of raffle prizes. So we've already had that. That was in August, and we got a lot of people to sign up for the event at that. It was really, and plus it's a lot of fun. Not everybody wants to go ride a bike.
No,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're intimidated by it. So but they still want to participate, or they still want to contribute.
Now, with the event, you should not have to feel intimidated about it. It seems like it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, and I will say nobody's in competition. Everybody's there to have a good time. It's like everybody's there for a purpose, whether it's personal or for a friend, whatever it may be. And I will say I'm also a member of Zen and Now, and there's no judgment there at all. No, no.
No, we've really cultivated a very welcoming community.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
It hasn't been a great community effort because we had so many people just from Niantic Public House. They donated the space. We had local restaurants that donated food. We're having the same thing at the cycle event. People from all walks, alumni from we went to Eastland High School. Friends, family, members of the gym, instructors. We had a whole range of people that came to that brewery event. So. Our goal was to make sure that there were many touch points that people could participate and in this event overall, whether it's through a donation or actually doing Cycle Against Cancer or just going to the pub and having a good time and buying, just having being there to support us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And speaking of supporting, I hear we have raffle prizes.
We do.
What do we got?
We have our big raffle prize is we only printed 300 tickets, and the winner will win an overnight at Mohegan Sun, dinner at Tao up to $250, and 2 tickets to a concert of choice.
With the
excluding Bruce Springsteen.
Thank you. Thank you. You and I talked about this last week when we met.
I know. I wish we could get him, but it's not going to be an option this time. But it's a great prize. I mean, if you look at I mean, I think somebody will be very happy if they win that. So.
I've been to the casino to a concert, I think, once in my life, and that was I said to a dear friend of mine, because you guys don't know this. I'm a 20-year cancer survivor myself. I had testicular cancer. I had testicular cancer. And I told a friend of mine who was actually, his parents are my godparents. He's my best friend in the world. He's actually also my dentist. And I said to him one weekend, I'm like, it was Labor Day weekend, and I told him, I'm like, before, on my bucket list, he's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to go see Billy Joel with you. That weekend, he happened to be playing at Mohegan Sun. So he got me tickets. We went.
That's wonderful.
We went the night. The next day, his parents had a cookout. My parents were there. Everybody else was there. Of course, him and I walk in together. We both have no voice because we were screaming all night. It's like, what happened to you two last night? We're like, we went to the Billy Joel concert. My dad and Mark's father were like, and you probably made a mockery out of yourself. I'm like, no, we behaved ourselves. He was like, knowing you two, yeah, sure. We're like, sure.
Well, Billy Joel has a lot of sing-along songs, yes.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, that was a fun show.
That is awesome.
And it's been almost 20 years for me.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. And that's touching. It's touching. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe it was almost 20 years ago. It's like. It just felt like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And this is what we're hearing a lot of the stories, and from the people you know as well. When you're diagnosed, even if you have great insurance and a huge savings account, it goes away really fast. Things you don't even think about, time off of work or gas or even just parking at the hospital.
Right.
Yeah, when I first signed up to do the first cycle event, I heard a story about a man riding his bicycle to chemo. Ooh. And the foundation got him a bus pass, and I think probably rent. Like they gave him a ton of stuff, and he was just so thrilled. Yeah. Can you imagine going through that and having to ride your bike when you're not feeling well?
No.
In the winter,
No.
It's terrible. Terrible.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Now, what types of information can people find on the website for the Cancer Foundation? Probably everything that you need to know about the event.
Yes, you can either go to Connecticut Cancer Foundation under events, and the Cycle Against Cancer event is there, or you could just go directly to cycleagainstcancer.org, and you'll find all the details there. Absolutely. And
now, go ahead.
There's more, a lot of information on cycleagainstcancer.org, and there's still, spots if anybody wants to come join us, drop down and say hello at the event. We have great raffle prizes that whole day as well.
I was going to say people can
Snacks.
just. Yeah, exactly. Food.
Come down and eat.
I was going to
Food
say.
and raffle prizes and cycle and yoga.
And you might as well, you might as well stay and hang out and have a good time. Now you can cycle, and then you can do yoga, or you can do yoga and then you can cycle.
However you want to schedule.
Does it depend on?
Yeah, we're scheduling the times for the yoga classes will be scheduled, but if people do want to come in, it's okay. You know, it's going to be loud anyway because of the cycle, the cycle music.
Yeah.
But yoga is really about finding peace despite what's going on around you. So it's okay, and it's all positive, great energy, you know, so it's going to be a really fun event. So we're asking people to make a donation for the yoga classes, and but the people who are signed up to ride can just come take whatever classes they want. And if they want to stretch or warm up before they get on their bike, or just want to kill some time before it's their time slot, they can, you know, they can practice. And we're going to do several different styles of yoga that day, from gentle and more longer hold, very calming, to a little more hot power.
Exactly.
A little everything.
Exactly. Now, how intense is cycling? It's probably not for the very quiet, very
It's
shy
like riding a
person.
bike. No,
Okay. No, I'm not buying it.
It's as hard or easy as you want to make it.
Really?
You're in charge of the tension. We help you adjust the seat so it's the right height, and the front and back and the handlebars can all be adjusted. You're in charge of adding your own tension or not.
Right.
And again, it's really fun. You're only in competition with yourself if you choose to be.
Exactly.
You know, like my husband and another one of our cycle students, they like to say that they're beating each other. They're sitting in place.
Yeah,
Nobody's
right.
going anywhere. I'm winning. You know, so you can be competitive with each other if you want to, but everybody's there to empower you and to cheer you on, and it's really, really fun.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if you're not adding on tension and you're just slowing down your pedaling.
Yeah,
or if
right.
You have a lot of tension and you're just slow because you have a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're only shorting yourself if you don't add it on.
I was going to say adding on tension probably makes it a lot tougher than it should probably be.
Well, it makes it feel like you're going uphill. It's
Exactly.
going uphill, or being on a flat road with more gear so you can go faster. And yeah, it really is a lot of fun. I will say, when I took my first spin class years and years and years ago, nobody told me how to set my bike up. They didn't show me what I was doing. I had no idea, and my bum hurt.
Oh no! Oh no!
So I said, I will never do that again. And for 2.5 years, I didn't get back on a bike. And so I missed 2.5 years of something I really love.
Really?
I love it. And now I teach it, and now I have the studio. So yeah, so a little sore bum is nothing compared to what the people that we're supporting are going through.
Exactly.
Right?
You're going to be sore, but that's okay. It's going to be sore for a good cause, you might say.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, what is the mission for the Cancer Foundation?
Their mission is to provide financial assistance to Connecticut cancer patients to help with everyday expenses, such as rent, heat, electricity, whatever it may be. And they also have a research arm as well, where they send research dollars to Sloan Kettering in New York City.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yes.
That I didn't know. You just taught me something.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
You just taught me something. So what now we got raffle prizes. Yeah, we got raffle prizes. We got food, and it sounds to me like it's going to be a fun day.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a fun couple hours. Something you're probably going to, if you're very quiet, very shy, nothing you're probably going to want to be, because it's probably not going to be a quiet event.
No, but you can be quiet there if you want to. Like, if you're shy, there's going to be enough other things going on. That
Yeah, right.
You can go into yoga.
Yeah. It's really, really a great event. And you just feel good because you're doing something good
Yeah.
for your own body.
Yeah.
And you're taking care of yourself. And then you're also doing something for a really great cause. And you're with all these other people. And I do think that people are really ready to be out again. You know,
absolutely.
This is it's
Oh,
so
absolutely.
sad for us not to be able to do these things. Like when COVID hit and we had to close, it's really hard because so many people are so generous and they couldn't help. They couldn't do anything. So they've been dying to help. Like, what can I do? What can I do? And so they're really excited to have this back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When COVID first hit, it's like, now what?
Yeah. Right.
It's like go to work, go home, sit there. There's nothing to do. It's like, I remember when COVID first hit, I was actually doing my show through Zoom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay, this is fun, but then in the middle of a Zoom broadcast, the feed would freeze.
Oh.
And then it's like having to reconnect everything. It's like waiting for my board operator who was running the meeting remotely to record. It's like,
It's not easy.
It's like, this is horrible.
Yeah, we had to do that too. We had to put all our classes on Zoom, and
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I didn't want to be demonstrating yoga on Zoom, and
No.
I had a yoga coach say, "It's not about you. It's about
Okay.
your students. Your students need yoga now more than ever. They need this calming and this. They need to move their bodies because that keeps your immune system robust. And
Right.
so get up on camera and do your class." And I went, "Okay."
Yeah, right, okay.
But here we are. We made it through.
Well, now Zoom is everything.
Yeah, right.
Second nature now.
Yeah, absolutely. So how was it doing a class through Zoom? A challenge, or was it a little bit easier?
It's gotten easier and easier, and we just kept rolling with it. But people still love it, and they've asked me to keep it indefinitely.
Really?
Yeah. So most of our classes are offered in Zoom, and the Cycle Against Cancer event the yoga classes will be on Zoom. That was one question that we did have some of our previous ambassador.
Okay.
Because he's immunocompromised, and his family still wanted to participate, but they didn't want to come into the studio because he's so immunocompromised. But they did come to the pub event because it was outside.
Yeah.
And it was lovely to see them, and they were just amazing. Yeah, so the yoga classes will be available on Zoom.
Okay.
It's here to stay, I think. We do a hybrid, and so, yeah, it's fun.
Obviously,
people really like it.
Obviously, the cycling event is in person.
That's in person. Can't do that on Zoom.
Now, how many bikes at a time will be involved?
So we have 16 bikes.
Okay.
And depending on how much each team raises, how many bikes they get.
Gotcha.
So at the moment, I think we may have 1 or 2 bikes left for new teams.
Oh.
So if people still want to register, there's still bikes left. There's one team, they raise so much money every year, which is great. And it's really good because it makes other people be like, hey, I want to raise more.
Right.
That's kind of friendly competition to raise more money for the event. So they may need more bikes. So I just need to know how many riders they have. So that's what we're working on, scheduling all that still.
Yeah, they do a great job.
Absolutely, and it's really cool because all the money stays local.
Yeah, it's all right.
All the money.
Connecticut Cancer Foundation's right out of Old Saybrook.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I walked by it the other day.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
I did.
Good.
On the way to work.
Yeah, good.
And now with the Connecticut Cancer Foundation, do you guys just reach Connecticut, or do you reach all over the?
The money stays with Connecticut cancer patients,
Okay.
except for the research arm.
Okay.
Goes to Sloan Kettering.
Cool.
Yes, a very specific doctor. Yes, for his research. Yeah, it's the foundation is always open. They have some great pictures and memorabilia inside the building.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Is it? I was going to say I walk by it regularly. I've never been in.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I remember when you guys used to be at your other location.
I remember. Yes, I know
the
that location. Yep. Well, there's so much history that when you start out with those 3, Billy Martin, Whitey Ford, and why can't I remember everything?
Joe DiMaggio.
And Mickey Mantle, yes.
Oh, wrong one.
When you start with those 3, then you go on to Joe DiMaggio, and you've had Don Mattingly, and name it. It is a roster like you've never seen.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're really proud of that. And so when I think about it, we do an annual dinner every year, and my dad did pull on his baseball background, but over time, it started out with people just coming and saying, I just want to support a great cause, and this is what we're going to do. And so we've seen the gamut, the young players, the older players, and I will tell you that I've been to a lot of those dinners, and the old timers have all the stories and are not afraid to share them.
Oh, absolutely.
So they're really great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this past dinner they had, Bobby Valentine was the MC.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he was the MC. He was great. And they had Johnny Bench. was there.
No.
So that was a big deal, yeah.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, he was great.
Was he?
He literally lit up the room. He kind of took over. He made people feel so comfortable. There was a whole group of guys, actually, some players, and I was in charge of some of the photos. And he just took over, and he said, "Come on over," and he said hello to everybody. Everybody just got that extra special, Johnny Bench.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, do you guys still do the dinner every year?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what else we want to talk about? The event, we want to talk about the organization. We got a bunch more time, so what else we want to...
I think it's important to know too that it stays in Connecticut, but there's no financial requirement. Like, you don't have to show financial need. Anybody
really?
who has cancer, who's being treated for cancer in Connecticut, qualifies.
Yeah.
So I think that's important to know, because people don't think about that. They're like, oh, someone has it worse than me, and they don't think to, put in for the grants.
Absolutely.
But it's meant there for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would you guys mind sticking around for another segment?
Sure.
All right, we'll be right back.
Thanks.
Scammers are taking advantage of increased flight cancellations with a new con. Better Business Bureau Scam Tracker has received multiple reports of scammers creating fake airline ticket booking sites or customer service numbers to charge travelers for rescheduling fake flights. If you are buying airfare, use caution and double check the URL or phone number before providing your credit card information. In many cases, victims are finding out that the airlines don't even have a record of the flights they've booked on third-party sites. These scammers often tell the victims their flights have been canceled and offer to rebook them for a fee. If you come across a company you haven't dealt with before, look at bbb.org for reviews and feedback from previous customers. Confirm the URL before you enter personal and payment information. It can be easy to click on a sponsored ad or imposter website without even noticing. Be wary of third-party websites. Some websites appear to offer a legitimate service but are only fronts for a scam. Be suspicious of websites with no working customer service number or physical address. Make online purchases with your credit card so that you can dispute fraudulent charges.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti, sitting here with Erika and Lisa to talk about the Cycling Against Cancer event. Ladies, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, it's great.
Where else would we be for another half hour? Who knows? So we were talking in the first segment about the Connecticut Cancer Foundation and the event, and we started looking at pictures, which we never finished looking at. So Chris, let's take a look at the photos again, and maybe we can talk about each photo as it comes up and maybe tell people about what they're looking at.
Sure.
There we go.
Yeah, we have tons more photos, and they're on the
Are they on the
Connecticut
website?
Cancer Foundation website as well.
All right.
So yeah, the cancer Cycle Against Cancer event. These pictures were the ones that were more bright.
Gotcha.
So there's my husband on the ground trying to help someone get there. Well, he's helping get it fitted right for on this rider. So he's helping him. No, he's helping this rider be comfortable on the bike. So he's getting him to the right height and the right position. So it's going to be as comfortable as he can be. Yeah, and. I don't know. This team, I don't know what they're doing.
I think they're posing.
They're posing.
They're just posing? All right.
Yeah. I think, no, they were listening. That was when they were making the announcements in the beginning. They were listening because it was up at the front. Yeah, because they were clapping for the high sponsor, the highest fundraiser.
Okay.
So they do get prizes. The highest fundraiser, I think the first three, right? Do we? I'm trying to think of how we've done that. So I forgot why they're doing that this year, but
we'll probably just do top fundraiser.
The top fundraiser, yeah. And so, but it's at that day, and I think we can raise for a little bit after. I forget what it is after. We can continue to fundraise. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And there's Rob taking a picture of his team. Yeah. And to tell people to add on. She's turning her, moving the dial to add on. Yep. There's sweaty cyclists looking glowing.
Absolutely.
Glowing and happy, having fun. Yeah, all smiles on the bikes. They survived it.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
There's the photo there's the poster that has all the information on it.
Yeah.
And one thing we didn't talk about on the poster, who are those two people? I know one of them.
On the right is my father, John Ellis, who founded the Connecticut Cancer Foundation.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we lost him to cancer in April.
I remember that.
And that beautiful girl is my sister, and she passed away in July of 2021, also from cancer. She was also an oncology nurse.
Oh, was she?
For much of her career, and then she worked for a home infusion company. So whether it was IV antibiotics or chemo or whatever they needed, she was still involved with that. For her whole career, she helped out other people. So, so we're doing this ride in their memory. It's been hard. We wanted to do something, and we're supporting each other because it's been a really rough year for both of us. But we're trying to just do good things in the world and make sense of.
Absolutely.
Make something positive come out of some sadness.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, is a pediatric oncology nurse at Children's Hospital in Minnesota. So some of the stories that I was out there last summer, and she's like, oh my God, she actually had to administer a chemo treatment to a 6-year-old. I'm like,
that's sad.
That's horrible. She's like,
it's terrible.
Yeah.
She's like, it's terrible for me and the kid. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it just did.
Yeah, we have some. I'm a pharmacist as well, and I'm the pharmacist for the hospice in Norwich.
Oh, okay.
And so we have had pediatric cancer patients, and we work very closely with the Children's Hospital doctors, and they're fabulous. And our medical director is an oncologist as well.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
Cool.
That's the thing with cancer, though. It's you're going on about your life, and you maybe have a headache or whatever it may be, and then all of a sudden you go in and you get this diagnosis out of nowhere. And not everybody feels the pain or knows something that's coming.
No.
And all of a sudden your entire world changes and you don't really know where to go.
No.
So you need your friend, your families, and sometimes a little financial support to really help you through it.
Absolutely. So we got raffle tickets, correct?
Yes, we do. And we actually have a lot of raffle tickets. Our grand prize is a special. We printed 300 raffle tickets.
Okay.
It's for an overnight at Mohegan Sun and dinner at Tao.
Okay.
And 2 tickets of choice, except for Bruce Springsteen. And maybe he'll hear this segment.
Yeah, exactly.
And say, I don't want to be the guy that's
right.
So that's a very special prize. I mean, Mohegan's, I love Mohegan. It's a great spot. Sometimes it can, a night out can, add up. I think this would be a really great prize for somebody. It's a hot item right now.
Oh, absolutely.
We still have tickets available.
All right.
And then also during the event itself, we have about 25 special raffle items that people can go in and bid on.
Silent auction style?
Silent auction style.
No, they're
not
raffle
silent auction,
tickets.
just raffle tickets.
Oh, raffle tickets.
They can buy they can buy raffle tickets. Yep. And then they can pick and choose.
How long's your arm, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think they're like $3 each, or there's buy X number.
Yeah, and then go throw it in the bucket, and then at the end of the day, they shake the bucket.
Yeah.
Hey.
People love it. We did it at the Nyack Public House.
We had 35 raffle prizes at that one, and I think we have more than. Because I just got some more today too.
Yeah.
So I think we'll probably have about 30 or more raffle prizes for this event as well.
It's really fun. Yeah, really.
I'm raffling off some passes for the studio and yoga mats. And, and Reiki sessions because I do Reiki.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Actually, I just did a Reiki session before I came here. That's why I had to go separately because I didn't want to be late. Yeah.
We have everything from restaurant gift cards, Lisa services, little champagne, little wine.
All right.
And some apparel and just a lot of fun things. There's something for everyone, I would say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody gets something, or everybody throws tickets and hopefully they get something.
There's something that they'll like.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's something that they'll like.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Or it could be a good gift for somebody else.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the idea of the event, how did the idea of the event come about? You guys were just brainstorming and said, oh, let's do this.
Actually, the Connecticut Cancer Foundation started the event.
Oh, okay.
And they've been doing it for years. I think they've raised over, I'm going to just check my notes here.
Yeah.
And this is probably outdated. They've raised over $1 million through this event in general.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Since they started it. And when they did, and Lisa jumped on, they were doing different towns at some point in Connecticut. So right now, this is the event. Lisa stepped in, and we decided to do this together. There's also a third person that is doing this with us. She's a teacher. Her name's Christine DeShaw. We all went to high school together and have been friends forever. So
now, is the event, if you do it next year, is it going to stay in the same place or is it going to move?
We'll still host it, but in the past they've offered it at other facilities.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we've had, like 1 year, I think we had 5 or 6 events, cycle events throughout the state.
Wow.
So different facilities,
Different venues.
hosted. Yeah.
Oh,
I will
cool.
do it forever. Yeah. Yeah. As long as we'll keep
That's
going,
neat.
I'll
That's
keep
neat because
doing
you
it.
got multiple locations doing
yeah.
the event.
Yeah.
So it's
We've changed the dates around. The first year we did it in August, and then we moved it to March for several years. And there was just a lot going on because Mr. Ellis was sick at that point, and so we didn't. Well, and COVID had spiked, and so we didn't do it at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
right.
but we decided we want to do this again. We want to bring it back, and it's time.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So yeah. So
Absolutely.
here we go.
Yeah. Now, as far as let's talk about the event again. It is when?
It's Saturday, September 17th.
Yeah.
And it's from 8 to 12. It's
right.
really super fun. Each team, if they raise $1,000, they get 1 bike. If they raise $2,000, they get 2 bikes. And the team captain is responsible for scheduling their teammates when they ride, what time they ride. And our cycle instructors are scheduled for different time slots as well. And then we have also yoga classes going throughout the morning that people can do both, or just do the yoga if they, if they just want to do yoga, or if they want to ride and they're on a team. If there's space, we have in the past been able to offer drop-ins for a donation. They could come in and drop in and ride if there's space. And so that is, we're almost at capacity right now. So we're hoping, we would love to be able to offer that. We're hoping to say we're sold out.
Yeah. And as we mentioned before, there's going to be food. People are very motivated by food, including myself.
Yes.
And so
I'm motivated by coffee.
Yeah, there's coffee.
There's coffee,
We do
there's
feed
food.
people. Yeah, so it's very delicious.
As you know, I'm motivated by coffee, especially with that crowd I hang out with.
Oh yeah, I know.
That cast.
The coffee club.
It's pretty much, yeah.
It's famous.
That is a great group of people.
Absolutely. No, they're
Yeah.
they're not.
And they formed a team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coffee with Ellis.
They did. Okay, so I gotta harass
Coffee
them
with
tomorrow.
Ellis team.
Yeah.
Harass them tomorrow morning to make sure they actually ante up and I actually, I told you this off camera, I actually am going to clear my schedule for your event. So hopefully if there's a drop in and there's no room.
Oh, you can have space on my bike because I'll be teaching.
And I show up, there's going to be
You can jump right on my bike. Yeah.
What do you mean there's no room? I'm here.
You can ride.
We'll make
a space for you.
Right.
You could try yoga.
I've never done yoga.
Oh, yoga is so great. Yoga is, there's so many styles of yoga. I've had people say, oh, I tried yoga once, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, when you were a little kid, did you say I tried walking once and I didn't like it? And you fell down, right? You gotta keep trying. It's kind of like learning a new language. Your body, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Everybody's watching me. And then after a few classes, you realize nobody's watching you.
Right.
And it really changes. I went into yoga because of physical injuries from being a pharmacist, because I was standing on my feet in one spot for like 15 hours a day some days.
Yeah.
And it was stressful. So that's how I started my yoga practice. And then I ended up learning to do, I went to teacher training so I could learn to do a home practice because it felt so good. And then, now here we are. Where I have a studio. So you just, you don't know. And it takes many different paths. And maybe one day you want to do more of I don't know, like an athletic workout type of yoga class, and maybe one day you want to do more of a really relaxing stretching class. And sometimes we just do guided meditation, and you don't have to do anything. You just lie there and let your brain waves get reset, so that you don't have to sit there and be lost with your thoughts. There's someone talking, so you can come back.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
There's so many benefits. Yeah. So many benefits, physically and mentally, and just how you show up. You show up better for yourself when you feel good, right?
Absolutely.
And then you feel good, you show up better, and then it's contagious. People around you show up better, and then we do good things for the world, like this foundation.
I will tell you that it is, I'm very grateful that she and Christine decided, the three of us did this together, because when you lose somebody that is so unexpected and so hard, and you think to yourself, what would this person want for you?
Right.
And I know that it's to be happy and move forward, but I know that my dad and Jane have given their entire lives to the Connecticut Cancer Foundation and have been relentless in raising money and really pushing the foundation beyond any kind of bounds that we thought was possible. And doing this event, this is something that he'd want us to do, raise money for Connecticut cancer patients. So it's very special. All the events are important, but this one's very special.
Absolutely. And knowing your father over the years through a mutual friend of ours, he was a very interesting person to sit down and just talk to. It's like...
Yes, he was very special. I'm a little biased.
I can agree with that. I can definitely agree. He was a very special person.
Yes.
Now, when he played baseball, who did he play for?
He played for the Yankees, the Indians, and the Texas Rangers.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Wow. He went in when he was 20 years old.
Wow.
Got called up to the big leagues, and his first time up to bat, he hit a home run inside the park, which is pretty cool.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I grew up with baseball. I went to a lot of games.
Yeah.
And very, very special memories. I wanted to, when I was younger, I would go to school in either Cleveland or Texas, and I'd finish up my school year. And I have a very special cousin that's like a sister, and I always wanted to go back and see her.
Yeah.
So he said, well, why don't you just fly with the team? So I hopped on the plane, and everybody's eating steaks, and they're playing poker, and I was just taking a nap, and I made it there. My dad watched me the whole time, and it was great.
Yeah,
it was great. I had all kinds of
sounds like a good time.
A lot of memories, yes.
Sounds like a good time.
They always had, I would go down with my father to the clubhouse before the game would start.
Yeah.
And they would have all this frozen candy bars and all the Dr. Pepper you could drink.
Oh, absolutely.
I was just like loaded with sugar.
Running around.
It was great, yeah.
Watching the game.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of fun things.
Now, as far as if people want more information on the foundation and the event, where are we going?
There's two places to go.
Okay.
You can go to ConnecticutCancerFoundation.org. That's ctcancerfoundation.org.
Yeah.
Or go to CycleAgainstCancer.org.
Okay.
Yes, and you'll find the mission of the organization, all the details, and Cycle Against Cancer, that's where you can donate, you can participate, join a team, start a team, whatever you'd like to do.
Now,
all the information's there.
Now, is it too late to start a team or get involved?
No.
No?
No, I think we can accommodate probably one or two more teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many on a team?
It really depends on the team.
Okay.
So, there's some people that do want to ride more than 1 or 2 hours.
Right.
Which is, if they choose to, that's fine. It depends how much they raise. If they raise $2,000, like our team, I keep raising my fundraising goal because we keep exceeding it, which has been great. It's a good problem. And so we'll have multiple bikes. So I think I have 10 people on my team. And so we're going to rotate. I'm just going to take 2 bikes so that we can accommodate another team.
Yep.
And I'm teaching, so I won't be on the bike.
I was going to say, you'll be a little bit busy.
So I'll be on the
that
teacher bike, so that will be okay. So so we'll be able to cycle through, and I think most of my people want to do between a half hour and an hour or a little bit more. So that's how because I'm the captain.
Yep.
So that's how I'm scheduling my team. And then, but each team captain is able to do it however they want. And some people don't want to ride at all, and some people want to ride 10 minutes.
Yeah,
And
right.
some people want to ride for 4 hours.
Right.
So yeah, each team captain or team themselves work that out.
I was going to say, sitting on the bike for 4 hours, you're probably going to have a sore bottom, shall we say?
You might, but it does get better. The more you spin, the more you cycle, the better it gets. Like if you haven't been cycling for a while and you take a class, your bum's going to hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
And but then you do it again. Even if you just do it 2 or 3 times in a few weeks or a month or two, then it gets better. You just get stronger and you figure it out so you don't bounce so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's probably, and like we were talking in the first segment, you're probably going to, when you first start, you're going to want to set your tension dial at a beginner level so you don't.
Yeah. You're in charge of that bike.
So you don't die in the middle of the.
Yeah,
so
you're
like,
totally in charge of that bike.
Really?
You're adding on the tension. You're taking it off. The instructors are encouraging you, or will say things like, imagine going up a hill. I teach as if we're riding outside. So like, imagine the wind's blowing at you and feel that tension, or imagine you're going up a hill and it's just a moderate incline or it's a steeper incline, so you can kind of really visualize it. I really find it to be like a moving meditation. And sometimes, like if we're on a flat road, I'll say you can close your eyes and go anywhere in the world and visualize like something beautiful. Like, are you riding by the ocean? Can you smell the salt air? Are you riding like in the valley by the mountains or whatever? And people, they'll just close their eyes and go, and it's a beautiful moving meditation.
It's great. I think what's really cool too about this event is that everybody becomes like very friendly. It's just a community. Everybody's so excited, and you get there and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to get up at like 7 to be there at 8. I'm the first rider.
Right.
And then you get on the bike, and then the energy and the music and the coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
people,
really high vibe.
It's really high vibe. And when you leave there, you feel so good. Like I as she said before, I not only took care of myself, but I was able to give back to someone else.
Absolutely. And then if you play your cards right and run into the coffee club,
oh yeah,
yes.
And maybe walk away with a very special raffle prize.
Yeah. We got time, so we got to talk about raffle prizes.
Yeah, we have.
That grand raffle prize is really, really good.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Such
that.
a great. They were so generous to donate that. That was really great. Yeah, overnight stay at Mohegan Sun, $250 gift certificate to Tao, and 2 concert tickets. It's fabulous. It's a concert of your choice, except for Bruce.
Except for right.
But then we have also lots and lots of other raffle prizes that you can buy less expensive raffle tickets and put in to whatever thing you want to choose, and then we draw it all. We're going to draw all of that day. So the grand prize raffle, you can buy those tickets now, but we'll draw the night or the right after the event when the event's done.
Event is
September 17th. Yeah, 8 to 12. So after 12, we'll do the raffles and snacks, lunch.
After everybody
we have
leaves.
delicious food being donated.
Oh, nice.
So you could eat and hang out, and they hang out and they wait to see what they won.
Oh, absolutely. You got to hang out and see what you won.
And if you can't hang out, we'll contact you and give you your prize.
Yeah.
I remember I was doing an event not long ago, and I had to leave to go to another event, and I won something.
Oh.
And they were like, we don't know how to get in touch with them. They were like, we do, because he was the MC of the event, and he just left because he had another event to go to. They were like, oh, that's who that was? They were like, yeah.
Oh, funny.
They were like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
You don't know who I am. All right, that's fine. I can live with you don't know who I am. That's perfectly capable for me. That works. So as far as the organization goes, if people, obviously, you guys, if somebody needs help, is there a questionnaire or like an information packet they have to fill out?
All that information
it's all on the website? Okay, good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Sometimes also patients will go through their social workers.
Gotcha.
Yep, as well.
Gotcha. And as far as the event goes, as far as the small raffle goes, what are some of the prizes off the top of your head? Just I don't want them all. Just give me a couple.
We've got restaurant gift certificates.
Okay.
We've got good ones, and we've got yoga or classes to the studio.
Gotcha.
You can use it for cycle or yoga or whatever. Reiki sessions.
Salt caves.
The Salt Cave.
So a little cocktail things.
Okay.
A little champagne, some
All right.
wine, things like that.
Okay.
And some apparel, some shirts, very cute shirts, and
Any
for
chocolate?
male and female.
I don't think we have
I don't
chocolate.
think we have chocolate.
We will always have chocolate in the studio. There's always chocolate in the studio. That's like kind of the joke.
Oh, absolutely.
I always have chocolate.
Absolutely.
Dark chocolate is healthy. It makes me happy.
Dark chocolate is good for you.
It is good.
And it's really good.
Everything in moderation.
Oh,
Right? Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can't be eating dark chocolate on the bike. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a little piece home every
All right.
day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they all know. Everyone knows that I love my dark chocolate.
That's okay. Dark chocolate's actually good for you.
Yeah.
Well, over the weekend, I tried to make vegan cookies, and I said to myself, I've never really done it before because I'm not vegan, but I thought I'd try. And I'm like, well, if I put in like pounds of like dark chocolate in here, nobody's gonna know the difference.
No. And
No, my husband did know the difference, but I
they
did
come
have
out?
a lot of chocolate. Well, it's just, I should probably go back and try that again.
yeah, there you go. Oh, trust me, my mom is gluten-free because she had a gluten allergy.
Yeah.
My dad went out on Friday night. My dad went out Friday night. So the joke is, when my dad goes out with his friends, with his high school friends, my mom and I are home. The joke is, oh, finally we can have pancakes for dinner. So she made gluten-free pancakes.
Oh, funny.
I look at her, I'm like, what are these? She was like, gluten-free pancakes. I'm like,
I'm gluten free too. It's
I'm-
not worth
I'm
it.
like-
I'd rather have the chocolate.
that's what I told her. She looks at me, she's like, believe it or not, I'm like, what? She's like, it's a new pancake recipe. It's not as bad as it should be. I'm like, and we ate, and I'm like, you know what? She's like, what's that? I'm like, those weren't as bad.
Yeah.
The first batch she made, it's like, bounce.
Oh.
It's like,
Oh, yeah. When you haven't had it for so long, I've been gluten for a long time.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that I had an allergy, and I was very sick for years. But when you haven't had it for a long time, and then you try something like a gluten-free brownie or gluten-free pancake, and you're like, wow, this is really good. And then someone next to you can actually have real pancakes.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
yeah.
But it's all relative, right? It's all perspective.
The funniest thing is when my mom, a bunch of years ago, when my mom found out she was gluten-free and had an allergy, it happened about a week and a half before her and my father left for Italy.
Oh, no.
My mom was like,
Oh, I would have just suffered.
I would have cheated.
she did. No, she cheated.
Yeah.
She's like,
I couldn't now because it's been too long, but then I would have.
yeah, she did. She was like, I know I'm gluten-free. I'll figure out what I have to do after we get back from Italy.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing it before we
I'm just afraid
leave.
to be sick on vacation. So.
Yeah, no. It was actually so.
But there's always chocolate.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And no, chocolate's actually good for you.
It is. Well, there's restaurants too locally that they'll say, like I'll say, can I have this without bread? And that's like, we have gluten-free rolls. I'm like, I'd rather have chocolate.
Yeah, right.
Keep your gluten-free roll.
Just keep the gluten-free roll somewhere
Yeah,
else.
absolutely.
Just give me a basket of chocolate.
Yeah.
I'll be good.
But we'll have moved our body all day. It'll be worth that sandwich, that wrap, we got lots of good food. Lots of good food. For breakfast all throughout there'll be food. I don't recommend eating too much before you ride.
Yeah.
Probably after.
Yeah, that would probably.
When you're done with your part of your ride, you get to
I was gonna say
have
that,
a snack.
That would probably not be good. That if you ate everything and then jumped on a bike for half hour, 40 minutes, like. No.
It's just going to make you, it's so fun to like really work for your food that maybe
right.
you can
It
double
is.
up.
you
Just
go.
like,
Then you might add more.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I want
hey,
two
there you
sandwiches.
go. Well, ladies, we're out of time, so I want to thank you guys for coming down, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. This was great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
On behalf of Erika and Lisa, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks, good night, and we'll see you next week.